let's look at the number 2 overall pick. We have, Jaden Daniels has moved out to a pretty big favorite here. Not a huge, not minus 200 or so, but minus 180. Just a few weeks ago, he was plus 155 or so at this actual sports book. So we have seen some significant odds change here. I don't actually think that the reason for this is fundamental. I think that it's just a lot of people, trying to get news and trying to infer from things, and whether or not Drake May fits with Cliff Kingsbury, and whether or not Jaden Daniels is the same kind of quarterback as Marcus Mariota, and all this kind of stuff. I will say, and let me connect some dots, right? When John Lynch got the job in San Francisco, none of us knew he was even interviewing for the GM job in San Francisco. And one of the stipulations was that he did not, they did not leak it. He would not take the job. He would not leave the cushy media environment for a team that would leak stuff. And, Adam Peters spent the majority of his formative years in the front office in San Francisco. There have not been leaks out of Washington. This thing is moving on air. This is people moving the market based upon nothing, right? And this is just opinion. So I'll just say this: do not lay the negative price with Daniels. It might win. And I respect the market. I believe it's efficient-ish, especially this time. But you are not going to be a long-term winner in this game that is betting the draft if you lay this big price with Daniels in a situation like this.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I do think just in general, like the draft and draft betting, obviously the NBA draft and those sorts of things are similar, but there's no actual sporting event that you are wagering on that is similar to how the draft is approached, from what moves some of these markets and why. And I'm very much in agreement in the sense that, we don't have concrete factual information that Washington is going to hang on to the number 2 pick, and they very much value Jaden Daniels, but that's what the market is kind of dictating for us right now. So I do think, all things considered, kind of like you said, laying it with Jaden Daniels right now is not the correct decision. I do think if you like Jaden Daniels, there will probably be a point in time here over the next month where these numbers do move back, because they are so volatile and because they move so much on perceived error in a lot of situations, that we are going to see this probably correct again at some point. To me, I think overall, though, the takeaway for me is that it does seem more and more like that Washington hangs on to the number 2 overall selection, and it very much comes down to just what one of these 2 quarterbacks